don't
A
they?
Monday morning alarm bell. My alarm bell is Patrick Cripps again.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Did you know that it was his 212th game on the weekend? 212th. And he played serviceable, had 20-odd touches. I think he had 3 goals.
A lot of time up forward.
Yeah. Got him out of midfield.
Give him some sort of spell.
Going to give you a stat that will blow your mind.
I've told you I've had a rough morning already, and it's on the edge of my seat sort of stuff. Got a sticker in me somewhere. Hit me.
For just the second time in 212 games, Patrick Cripps has finished a game without a tackle.
Nah, well, you know what? I've always said it about him. He just doesn't put his body on the line. I mean, how many games can you play when you're just an outside player like he is? Without a tackle. Well,
212
did he need to on the weekend?
games. That's the alarm bells where I'm going with. West Coast.
Okay.
When Patrick Cripps, the only other time in his 212-game career where Patrick Cripps didn't have to lay a tackle was round 9, 2023 against the Western Bulldogs, and they won easy. But Patrick Cripps didn't lay a tackle, and he is the barometer of aggression and physicality.
Mm-hmm.
When he doesn't lay a tackle on the opposition,
What does that mean?
that means the opposition weren't worth tackling or didn't have the ball much.
Yeah.
Because the least amount of contested possessions in this since the contested possession stat has been kept. Now,
Minus 59.
Now Tim Kelly wasn't there, right? So
Oh,
No.
I'm going to let you speak.
yeah. So Tim Kelly's not there. So maybe Tim Kelly is not the sole problem. So they thrust all these kids in. And if you have, here's Minnie McQualter. I want to play this. This is Minnie McQualter in regards to about the youth, but he sort of uses this opportunity to talk about how young his team were and how experienced the opposition was in the midfield. Not so sure this washes with me.
Well, look, clearly we had an incredibly young midfield, and they had a very experienced midfield, and we got to learn a lot. I would say that they clearly contested ball at minus 60 is not at a level where we're going to be ever able to compete. We're under no illusions where we're at. We've got a lot of work to do, and there's only one way to keep doing that work. We've got to keep getting better and finding ways to improve our players and our systems.
You spoke about younger players. Did you get enough from your leaders today?
Look, I'm not sure off the top of my head, to be honest. I'll have to go back and have a look at it. I'm not sure.
There's a bit of an outlet there, isn't there, for those kids? So I understand what he's trying to say is that the kids are there, so we got taught some lessons, but we learnt some valuable things.
Where he's at the moment, I think he's trying to protect them a little bit publicly, maybe not internally, but publicly. It sounds like there's a bit of a protection mode going on there, Goss.
Yeah, so it is a worry. The fact is that so Brockman, Long, and Kelly all played just okay in the waffle. Mm-hmm. They played in a losing team. That aside, they had 20, 19 and 19, I think, along those lines. So they didn't dominate.
No, it was Cole.
Cole didn't play. He was the emergency. Right. Bo Allen is sick again. I reckon there's a story in itself. Bo Allen's crook again. So
I hope that's not like a glandular fever.
That's what I'm starting to think. I mean, surely they would have tested for that.
Yeah, well, of course.
You know what I mean? But that's about. He's missed and he lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
But he has trained and was going to play waffle. He didn't play anywhere on the weekend, so that's a bit of a worry. And he's a big body kid, but at the moment he's just not up for it. So I don't know about that messaging from 100% from Andrew McQualter, whether that gives the kids an out. Eagles fans, what are your thoughts in regards to, do you just keep playing the kids or will their confidence be smashed out of them by the time they learn? Because these kids have to play 50 to 80 games.
Yep. I think you continue to play them, but then you have a plan. You have a plan with them, and you have a plan for if they're going okay mentally and physically, and you have a plan for them if they're just starting to taper off a bit. So whether it's play 4 or 5 games in a row, regardless of how you play, to get games into you, and then you can have a spell, whether it's in the waffle or you have a weekend off, then go to the waffle, a couple of weeks off. But I think they have to manage them individually, as in, because you might play Goss and handle it beautifully, and I might play and be struggling with getting belted and all of that sort of jazz. So I just think continuity where they know they have the confidence that they're not just going to get dropped for making a mistake.
Yeah.
But there still has to be accountability for lack of effort, lack of endeavour, lack of intent, all of those things. And at the moment, that's just right there. Now, I'll do a bit. We're going to talk about it after 7 when we analyse the games and that. But I think West Coast need to go the complete opposite way from everyone else in the competition at the moment. So their attacking football seems to be the way to go, right? You attack and you move it quickly, you bring it through the middle of the ground, you rebound and you hurt. I think West Coast have to go the complete opposite way because at the moment they cannot defend. They cannot defend a thing. They almost have to go back to a Sydney-style mid-2000s where it might be horrible to watch, but you're teaching them for a year on how to defend because so many games now are, the attack is based on a really good, solid team defence, isn't it? And you springboard off half-back and that's when you attack, but you get your defence right first. West Coast don't have that. I think it's going to hurt. It's going to be hard to watch, but I think they have to go the opposite way.
Or what do you mean? Which way should they be playing?
They've got to tighten up. So you've got to teach them to defend individually for one.
So maybe, and then trying to thrust someone behind the ball as soon as you possibly can.
Flood's not the word.
No, but outside you're not putting 6, you go and get Oscar Allen and say, mate, you just got to fill that hole there.
And you're not putting an extra number at the contest. You're putting an extra number back.
Sure.
And to get that's a team defence sort of setup.
Yep.
But they've also got to teach them how to defend individually. So whether you go a man-on-man style, like I said to you, it's complete opposite to what the really good teams are doing now. But I'm not sure where they're going to learn this if they don't do that now.